All right, if you've heard of David Icke, then you know some of the stuff that he's been talking about the elites and these reptilians projecting from the fourth dimension into our reality. He says that they're not really fully physically here in the conventional sense, and that they are projecting from another realm into the 3D reality. So the fourth dimension is a little bit higher uh, as far as, not having as many restrictions as the third dimension. So you can do things in the fourth dimension that you can't do in the third dimension, basically. Um, but yeah, he talks about that these elites, certain ones from the elite bloodlines, and the people that run the world, and the royal family, Rothschild, and stuff like that. Um, Pretty much all of them are these reptilian humanoids and that are projecting into our reality. Now there is a video of Queen Elizabeth's eye looking hella weird. It's like completely black. Her, I believe it was this eye. Um, in that video, and she just looked weird in the face. And there's certain times where, uh, she has just looked weird and made weird facial expressions. And I remember even a horse once. She went to pet a horse, or she was like standing right next to a horse, and the horse looked at her and freaked out and was like, "What the hell is this?" And just was acting abnormal. It wasn't acting the normal way a horse would act. So there's some telltale signs of, Queen Elizabeth not being what we thought she was. And then I remember her, she was with this group of kids, and I don't know, it just looked like she was salivating at the mouth, and just, I don't know, man, it was weird. Um, so, did Queen Elizabeth really die? Did she really pass away, or did she just, did the reptilian entity that was projecting as her get tired of being Queen Elizabeth, so it just picked up a different avatar projection, to distort reality further? Yeah, that's something to think about. And also, what are they using to project into reality? I mean, David Icke has talked about the moon being a machine of some kind, that they're using, some type of AI like machine that they're using to mess with our reality. It's like a hologram of sorts. Um, and then there's Saturn, the planet known as Saturn, that is connected to the moon. So there's the whole Saturn moon matrix. And not only David Icke, I think, talked about this, but Max Spears talked about it as well. Um, so yeah, the Saturn moon matrix is probably what they're using from the fourth dimension, or from an area within the fourth dimension, or a certain sector within the fourth dimension. I don't know. It's real interesting. So it basically seems like these reptilian beings, um, don't have to fully come into our reality from the fourth dimension. They can project, or they can use the entrances that are, you know, in the national parks, or at the South and North Pole, or in the ocean, to come in and out of our reality. That's crazy. But yeah, man, it seems like what's going on, because there's just some crazy stuff going on in the world. And there's already entities that hijack people. So I mean, that's just the name of the game. That's what these reptilians do. They hijack realities. They hijack people's consciousness. It's just what they do. I mean, there's stories of these beings being like the predators of the cosmos. Like, they go around and they do shit like this. Like, they do this parasitical hijacking bullshit, where they project their technology and their psychic abilities and all that, and they, conquer people's worlds and stuff like that, like a sneaky parasite from behind the back door and shit, sneaking up behind you and all that. So pretty much all of these elites, the Rothschild, Bilderberg, Bill Gates, probably more than likely, the guy that made Facebook, what the hell is his name? Mark Zuckerberg, the royal family, Jacob Rothschild, yeah, all those guys, everybody that, runs the world and that owns all the money, and they're all, you know, in the same family tree. Like they all have basically, made love to each other, and all of their family are within the same family tree. So that's just the facts. Like everybody knows this. They don't mix and mingle with the everyday population. That is what it is. So, but the fact that they keep everything in the family tree goes to show you that they really could be these reptilian beings from the fourth dimension, because all of them are a hive mind. So they all operate as one being. They're all psychic, and can psychically project and communicate telepathically and all that. So, if we're dealing with a species of reptilian fourth dimensional beings, if they were to project into a physical 3D world using technology, then they would all be working, as a hive mind, just like they would in the fourth dimension, only in the third dimension. So, yeah, they would keep everything in the family tree. They'd be a hive mind family, you know, telepathic, psychic family, basically. And, yeah, and there would be no need to mix and mingle with anybody outside of their bloodline, the reptilian bloodline, the blue bloods. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. But this stuff is real and it's really going on. I mean, because you can see it. You can see that's why there's so much control going on in the world. Why these elites have to keep so much control is because once they lose it, it's gone. We ain't never giving it back. And once we find out how to get rid of these fourth dimensional entities, this place is going to be a paradise. And I'm one of the ones that's trying to figure out how to get rid of them, because I would love to see the 3D world become a paradise and not have to see parasites. But anyways, I mean, some of this stuff intrigues the hell out of me, because it got me thinking, like, if someone were to run up on Queen Elizabeth and, try to check her body, or any of these elites, to see, like, how their body actually functions, in our reality, like, I wonder if you could find a glitch, like, in real time of their physical body, so you be able to see that it's a hologram projection coming from some other dimension. And then if you could damage it bad enough, you could cut off that projection, that hologram, and kill the signal that's coming from the Saturn moon matrix or wherever it's coming from. But yeah, I thought about that, and I'm just like, that'd be awesome. I'm just saying. To the next one. Hope you got something out of this.